So you know what? I figured, you know what? Let's get back to covering actual good comic books. So here we have Daredevil #2 by Chip Zdarsky. And this run, man, I'll tell you right off the bat, I like this comic. I like the way Chip Zdarsky writes. I've heard he's come a long way from when he initially started, and he just keeps getting better. And I guess I came in at the right time when he's writing something, because this Daredevil run so far is great. So it starts off with the detective from the last issue that was introduced, and see him here training. We see Matt meet up with Foggy, because of course Foggy has his concerns after what happened in the last issue. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll go ahead and link the video somewhere here on this video. But just to get caught up to speed, the last issue ended off with Daredevil being charged because one of the guys that he had stopped apparently died in the hospital due to his injuries, due to the trauma he received. So Foggy is looking for Matt. He wants Matt to turn himself in, of course. He's just trying to be a good friend. Says, hey, I'll represent you. I'll be your lawyer. You got to turn yourself in. That's the way to go. Daredevil doesn't want to do that. You know, Matt Murdock is not about that. He's like, he is very much in doubt over whether or not what he did caused this guy's death. So much so that he goes to the hospital and he talks to the doctor that was overseeing all these men's injuries. And he tracks him down, and right here, as you'll see, checks him, realizes this doctor is not lying, because he wants to find out maybe this doctor's in on it. Maybe he got paid off to say that. No, turns out this guy has no clue. So something's up here, and he's trying to figure out who is setting him up, because he just is like, there's no way. There's just absolutely no way that I could have killed this guy. So of course, I mean, we want to believe Matt Murdock here that he's not the one responsible for this, although there is a little bit of doubt here because of the fact that it doesn't seem like he's ready to be out on the street. As we saw in the last issue, he was almost taken out by those 3 thugs. Easily, what the hell is this? What is this? What's going on here? Was Squirrel Girl always fat? I mean, I don't know a lot about the character, but I don't... Okay. Whatever. Anyways, so fast forward here, we get to the we get to this guy, we get to the detective. He meets up with Kingpin, who is the mayor of the city, as we all know, and Kingpin lets him know straight up. He lets him know, I know all about you, and obviously an intimidation tactic he's trying to use on the detective here. The guy plays along, though. He plays ball for now. He knows that he's really in no position to do anything to Wilson Fisk right now. But he has every intention of bringing Fisk in, because he knows that Fisk is a criminal, but he's waiting. He's like, first I'm going to bring in Daredevil, then I'm going to bring you in. So Daredevil is still trying to figure out who is the one that did this. It has to be a setup in his mind. There's no way. He's just he can't fathom having taken this guy out. So he's listening in on Fisk's calls, realizes, okay, Fisk actually has nothing to do with it. He listens for a long time. Although Fisk wishes that he had been a part of it, Fisk has nothing to do with it. So Matt goes to church, meets with the sisters there, but I want to go ahead. I don't want to focus too much on that because we see him back out on the street trying to put the pieces together of who is the one that could be setting him up. And we get a little bit of a potential hint here, but I won't go into that because I don't want to go too far. But needless to say, what ends up happening is his resolve is pretty much to go back to the crime scene and see if he could find any clues that he might have missed. If there's anything there that could indicate who it is that might be involved or what lead it is he needs to follow. What ends up happening, though, is, and of course, as you all know, I can't show you everything just due to copyright. What ends up happening is he goes back to the crime scene. The detective goes back to the crime scene, sees him there, shoots him, and the issue pretty much ends with Daredevil on the ground, and you don't know where he's been shot or what's going on with him, but that's where the issue kind of leaves off. So just some quick thoughts here before I go ahead and close out the video. I'm digging the artwork in this. Love Chip Zdarsky's writing so far. I like that throughout the course of this entire issue, it's interesting because even though Matt Murdock is sure that he is not responsible for this, what's interesting about the way this is written is it makes you, the reader, question it. Like, I don't know, Matt, what if you did? There's always that possibility, right, that you did. Of course, you're still on Daredevil's side. You're like, no, it probably is a setup. But there's this thing, that is happening here, and that is the fact that there's a very large cloud of uncertainty with Daredevil and his capabilities, and everybody else around him, including Foggy. Foggy obviously has his doubts. He's his best friend, of course, and he means well, but obviously he wants to do things within the confines of the law. He wants to do things by the book, but Matt is not there yet. But there seems to be like this degree of recklessness about him that makes you, as the reader, as the person from the outside looking in, kind of question a little bit. Of course, you have faith in Daredevil. You know that he's got to be right. There has to be another explanation to this. But what if there's not? And I like that the way this is written makes you question that. What if there's not? What if all these problems that you're having are bad, right? And you yourself, you just can't come to accept that. You yourself, Matt Murdock, can't come to accept the fact that you're having these issues, and it could be what everybody else thinks it is, of course, except for you. Now, I'm sure it'll probably turn out that he is being set up by somebody, but if it's not, that would be a very interesting twist. But yeah, this is good. This is good stuff. I'm going to continue reading this Daredevil series. As I've said before in the recent previous videos, I should say, one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time, and this is what I'm talking about. This is a writer that's really doing him justice. So Chip Zdarsky, man, keep doing what you do, homeboy. You're doing a great job. But yeah, I'll be covering the next one as soon as I'm able to read it. Let me know what you guys think of this review. Let me know in the comment section below. If you have any recommendations, as always, let me know in the comment section. All right, y'all. See you on the next one.